Hello everybody, here Rene from Spain, and in this video I want to show my picture collection. You know, this Dutch band that was formed in 1979 at Rozenburg in the south of Holland, and they were active first till 1987, and then later they started again, and nowadays they're still going on. And this is an album I bought by them, you know, when this came out, War Horse. This was released when the band was coming back. And they released some other stuff too, but I don't have those things. I only have records, you know, from 1980 till 1987. But I'm going to start showing my collection, and then later I'm making a ranking video. Here is the debut album from 1980. And this was really a great new wave of British heavy metal sounding album, really. Even if the band was from Holland. But it sounded like the working class heavy metal from those days. It was very much like Saxon first albums. And there's a lot of great songs on here. Also Bombers is great, Dirty Street Fighter is great. And it's just a very cool album. You know, obviously they were also Motorhead fans. Here we have the second album, Heavy Metal Ears. Maybe you don't recognize some of the covers, because they had different cover arts on some of their albums. It depended on the market where which country you were buying the album from. And this came out in 1981. Again, very much Tigers of Pangtang, Saxon. You know, that's the influence you can hear on these albums. Especially on the first three. Because later they changed style a little bit. Here we have the third album from 1982. Diamond Dreamer. Okay, and now we go a little bit to a different type of sound, you know, maybe a little cleaner sound too, Eternal Dark, and this is from 1983. Check the song Power of Evil that I really love, but of course also the song Eternal Dark is very good, and that was covered by Hammerfall back in, I think, around 97. Then we have Traitor, and this album came out in 1985, and this is really a different sounding album. This is a special edition, Spanish edition, that comes also with their second album, Heavy Metal Ears. And then we have the third album, Traitors, on here too. And this is, very, not such a good record in my opinion. They start looking better too, in a way. I mean, better, more cleaned up, more hard and heavy maybe. And the only member that has been in all those years in picture, also nowadays, is Rinus. You know, he's the only guy from the beginning in the band, the bass player. Actually here also they released a single from that album, Traitor, Fantasies. This is a 7-inch single. See? It's actually a Spanish edition. Because this band is quite not popular maybe, but very well promoted in Spain. And also in South America. Also in Italy they did well. Then we have Every Story Needs Another Picture from 1986. Check out the song Moving Down the Line. This is already more AOR, melodic hard rock in a way. This album reminds me of another Dutch band called Horizon. You know, they released, I think, one album maybe, one or two. I think one album. Okay? And then the last album they made in the 80s was Marathon from 87. And this is again a very AOR, melodic hard rock album. This also reminds me quite a lot of Uriah Heep, like the mid-80s Uriah Heep. You know, it was also very AOR-ish. Here is the band members. Okay, I also own actually Every Story Needs a Picture on tape, in Spanish version. And I also own Eternal Dark on tape. Actually, this is, yes, Eternal Dark. And then I also like to show the first 4 albums on CDs. And this is very nice because you have an autobiography. It's also on here. Diamond Dreamer, Eternal Dark. And here we have Heavy Metal Ears and the first album. A lot of liner notes, explaining the history of the band, and they sound really good. These 2 CDs, very, very, very nice releases, I think, for the collection. Plus, they were on a couple of compilations. These again are Spanish compilations. They were on the Picture 3, the Plus Heavy 3 compilation. That's this one here. I have 2 different tape versions and the vinyl. A lot of other cool bands are on here, of course. But Picture had a song Moving Down the Line on here. The song I just said before. It was a good song. From Every Story Needs Another Picture. And here we have, this is the Plus Heavy 2. We have another Picture song here. It's Fantasies, another song I already talked about before. It was released like a 7-inch single in Spain too. And this is from the Traitor album. Okay, now we are going to rank the albums. Okay? My least favorite album by the band is Every Story Needs a Picture. I'm not saying it's bad, but just my least favorite. This is my second least favorite, on number 6. But to be honest, 7 and 6 are on the same level, Then we have on number 5, we have Marathon. And then on number 4, we have Eternal Dark. Then on number 3, we have the debut album, just titled Picture or One also. And then we have on number 2, we have Diamond Dreamer. And on number 1, we have Heavy Metal Ears. Check out this record. Check out especially the first 4 albums. Also check some newer Picture. They've been playing live quite often. So I see them a few times in Spain. I talk to the guys. They are Dutch like I am. It's just a great, great band. And it's so great that Rinus kept this band alive, getting a lot of great vocalists for the band. A lot of great musicians, always. That's why I really enjoy this band. And that's what this video is about. About the Dutch band Picture. Probably my favorite Dutch band ever. Just very good. Traditional heavy metal. Some albums were more AOR. But just very good stuff. Okay, stay metal everybody and happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.